Hello everyone, this is Cool Pro 195 streaming live with the Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled Back in Time Grand Prix casual livestream number 1, which is also inevitably the only livestream I'll be doing based on the Back in Time Grand Prix. Hence, this is the final day of the Back in Time Grand Prix for CTRNF is actually live. So I figured this one chill livestream would do it some justice. Might as well have like one chill live stream in order to part ways with the Back in Time Grand Prix. And yes, this is the PS4 PAL version played on the PS4 Pro. Yeah, I know it's the same across every region, but you get the picture. It's just how I state it. By the way, I did a couple of test live streams, but at the same time, they weren't exactly because I had OBS outputting at 4K. It was a setting that I forgot to change because it was just something I was testing out, but now it's outputting at 1080p as usual. And plus Twitch only supports 1080p anyway, so yeah. And I figured since outputting at 4K, I wouldn't have the internet connection for that and there'll be frame drops, so yeah, there's that. On the bright side, on the plus side, there's a lot of, social. I've already shared it across social media, so that should be fine. For some reason, Facebook didn't post, but posted on Twitter. Yeah, it did. Yeah, posted on Twitter. Oh, yeah, by the way, I wasn't having the same problem with Twitter as I was previously, so at least that's a plus. Okay, to live viewers, whoever you are, welcome to the live stream. Great to have you people on board. But yeah, those two previous quote-unquote tests obviously won't be published on my channel, hence they're just unofficial, considering they're not meant to be actual official tests anyway, but you get the picture. Anyways, let's proceed. Okay, it's good. I got that working in time as well. That really worked. Okay, well now it's having its issues yet again. That's something they need to resolve. But honestly, it's even worse when you don't capture it as, a window capture and you capture it as like a device through OBS, ironically. Because the freezing is more of a bitch to deal with. But yeah, one thing for sure, OBS and Rec Central need to sort out their compatibility issues. Well, not necessarily compatibility issues, but just the way they interact with each other. Alright, there we go. We're back in business. Although it would be nice if I didn't have this problem, more or less every single time. But anyways, let's move on. Well, ironically, I have that set to appear offline. But yeah, I figured I'd appear online just so it'd be easier for people to, interact with me in online matches whenever they feel like playing. Also during the live stream. Wait, I think the preview. Wait, I'm gonna listen back to OBS because Yeah, I know why. I legit forgot to, because I muted the audio preview. That's like the issue there. Okay, that's that sorted. Now it makes even more sense. Yeah, I know I don't have to do that again, but I tried to keep consistent. Okay. What are your issues now, Ava Media? Fucking hell. Dude, it's like it wants to have problems. Fucking hell. There's always gotta be something with it. Okay, I'm just gonna restart the program because it was. Oh no, I didn't ask for that shitty program. Okay, 3 live viewers. Welcome to the live stream. But I apologize for dealing with maintenance. There we go. So I thought. Okay, so showing. For fuck's sake, Ava Media, get your act together. Well, it's not entirely down to Ava Media, OBS needs to do its part as well. Do I have to keep restarting the program just for it to get the picture? Like, this is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm sorry about this, people. I know some people left simply because of this issue, but But if you really were supportive of me, you would have stuck by no matter what. It's called manners. Anyways. And it's just doing whatever it wants.
Activision presents a smashing blast from the past. Fasten your seatbelts for a Beanox recreation.
Right, finally back to the gameplay. But yeah, anyways, as you can see, I've completed the gold tier yet again for the Back in Time Grand Prix, just like I did for the Nitro-Fueled Grand Prix. But obviously you see like the bar going back, and you know, that's a common thing. It happens whenever like you go over the score that you meant to, you know, actually hit before it actually goes to, you know, before you actually achieve the gold tier. So yeah, I've scored like a certain portion over, as you can see. But yeah, anyways, and also I think there's been a bug going on with the daily challenges. It's been showing like one challenge that's like complete every day, even though you didn't even do that challenge. It's just a glitch that's stuck there. I'm not sure whether, yeah, it's just a bug that, like, you know, they doesn't really fix. It probably got lost in transmission of some sort. But anyways, yeah, most of our weekly challenges are done. Same with the theme challenges and pro challenges. However, the quick challenges and the daily challenges I'll at least cover before jumping to online racing. But yeah, quick challenges is always piss easy. Deep sea driving lesson, 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Speaking of which, I've already beaten Vienna, the nitrous oxide ghost, for deep sea driving, so like, that shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, scoring 5 flags total. 5 flags of Dr. Neo, Cortex and Steel Bacon. But yeah, I'll get the, you know, the battle mode challenges out of the way. Bad driving. It's challenges like this that sort of take the fun out of racing in general, but you know, you just want to race. But yeah, I'll mix a few. It's not a lot. But yeah, I've completed pretty much everything apart from one, considering, you know, it's just not easy finding, like, you know, as many friends that are, you know, able to play online at the same time as you. Well, technically I'm just speaking for myself, but it is what it is. But yeah, I've pretty much completed that, apart from Grand Prix Dominator, but honestly it doesn't really matter. Same with Friend or Foe, but everything else, you know, it's cool. Didn't really have the incentive to grind, only to self-improve, but yeah, only have the incentive to self-improve. That's really all it is. But one goal that I'm actually, you know, pretty much proud of is getting a platinum relic in prehistoric playground, man. This hot weather is fucking with me enough. But yeah. Anyways, I'll jump into gameplay in a bit. I was, in terms of actually playing this, I was originally going to record like my session of beating the Platinum Relic goal for Prehistoric Playground, but turns out like at that point I was already too stressed out in order to record at the time, so I figured I'd just keep the session to myself and just take screenshots. I've posted about it on Twitter at least, so that's something. But you know, it's just a shame to have to, you know, sacrifice something that you wanted to do just because you didn't feel up to it, and you know, you're just taking care of stuff, but it is what it is. And Ava Media wants to be a cunt yet again. But what's funny is that it says time remaining 2 days, even though the Grand Prix ends today, on the 25th of August 2019. Like, it's been an ongoing issue for like a few days or so. And yeah, I'm still in pretty much that, you know, I'm still pretty much in the same bracket as the top 5%, so yeah, I got the champion card, that's confirmed, so yeah, just received this decal. But yeah, that first decal was leaked for the Back in Time decal, so they made another one in order to compensate for it. Well, it wasn't technically leaked, it was just unintentionally unlocked by the system. I think that only worked for those who actually earned the champion card before. Although I'm not sure if people get a second chance for unlocking the champion card, they probably do. At least I think that's the case, that's my understanding of it. But yeah, anyways, I'll just deal with the battle mode at least as Dr. Neo Cortex with Bacon Neo. And I'll just combine that with missiles. And yeah, since quick challenges involve visiting the pit stop, that's already 100 extra points. And yeah, I've pretty much already cleared these two sections here for now, as like I've unlocked all the cards that currently exist until the next Grand Prix, which is the Spyro Grand Prix. Can't wait for that, although it's gonna happen next month. I won't be around the entire time, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Anyways, let's jump right in to gameplay. Alright, let's do battle mode stage. Yeah, I just feel like going nice and simple, steal the bacon. Yeah, this is all I need just to achieve both in one go. There's really no point. And there's no point in putting myself through hell just to, you know. And it says I need 5 flags, so I'll give myself as much time as possible, just in case shit goes AWOL. I mean, just in case like shit gets out of control of RNG. Wow, and it automatically set me back to Crash. But yeah, I'm meant to be Cortex. By the way, I am liking that car, the Probula 2000. It's pretty sick. And it actually controls quite well with entropy. I think that's down to his stats. Though in a way it feels like it would make more sense if the stats were actually based on the cards and not the characters. But then again, you know, everything's different. I think I'll be Ninja Cortex this time round. Cause like now you don't get any extra points for being Pharaoh Cortex. So like if I pick anything else, it just wouldn't make a difference. So yeah, just play as Ninja Cortex for the fun of it. Might as well. That's a real Crash Tag Team Racing throwback there. But yeah, hopefully the RNG won't go apeshit. Because we know what happens then. Okay, well, it's piss easy to get them both in one go. Okay, how the fuck did I miss this flag? Oh well. Shoot me with another missile. It's karma, bitch. And this last missile is gonna be unbearable for him to take. Oh, okay then. Oh yeah, it's steal the bacon, not capture the flag. It's easy to get the two mixed up, but even though I do know the difference, like, I am aware of the difference, it's just the fact that, you know, my brain even went there. I don't know, maybe it's just performance anxiety, I'm not entirely sure, but it is what it is. By the way, yeah, be careful what you say to people because, you know, performance anxiety is a thing. Like, it's no laughing now. I mean, it's not, for me personally, it's not that massive, but at the same time, like, it's easy to become overwhelmed. Like when you're live, especially when you're live. But yeah, anyways, I just want to have fun with this. Like, you know, it's a common thing. Okay. Well, I've already shot him more than 3 times in that missile, so that should be good. But yeah, I hate it when it misses, when the missile just fucking misses, especially when its core mechanic, pretty much the whole point of its core mechanic just to actually lock on. Even like that, when you're like going past him, like it fucks itself over. Like what the fuck is that all about? Well, at least it's good that I only need to do, you know, one, what do you call it, like one battle stage. He's like, bitch please, you shoot me with 1 missile, I shoot you with 3. Talk about karma, bitch. Couldn't have put that better myself. What did I tell ya? Power Up Master and Baconator, both in one go. Of course, like, it's easy to earn extra goals on the side, or complete extra challenges on the side anyway. Be only 1 viewer at the moment. Yeah, it's understandable due to the technical difficulties I've been having earlier, but apart from that, it still wouldn't kill, like, to show support regardless. So like, it's only 50% understandable. But yeah. Okay, I think the next thing I'll do is, I guess that's the battle stage out of the way. Wait, I think that goal was from yesterday. Yeah, because I was like playing that yesterday. Yeah, I definitely remember. It was at least from like either yesterday or a few days ago. Like some challenges that are completed, they automatically stick onto the next day. I never understood why. Either it's probably, like I said earlier, it's probably just like an error in transmission in terms of like the whole automated system. Like not everything just copied over it. There wasn't like a full, probably wasn't a full translation. Must be something missing in the line of code, but we don't know the full story. Only Beanox knows. Okay, finished deep sea driving in less than 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Okay, deep sea driving. Yeah, as you can see, I've already beaten Oxide Ghost, so this shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, I'm not gonna play with any ghost considering, you know, it's not all about that. Alright, I'll pick a character that's more up to speed. I've been playing as Entropy a lot, to be honest, since he has good stats. Yeah, Stone Age Entropy as well. By the way, yeah, I would have unlocked Digital Doctor Entropy before. Like, if I felt like putting the time in, which I didn't, because obviously got a life to live. But you know, it is what it is. Everyone has a different story. Or then again, you could still have a life and get that, but you know what I mean. You get the picture. Okay, I hate it when he hits the wall. It's a piss take whenever that happens, but you know, because it just fucks it up. It just fucks up the fact that you're just trying to maintain that USF. Yeah, see, like that. Or the Oxides Ghost at some point would fuck up. At least at some point over here in this tunnel. So like, that's pretty much what partially makes him easy to beat if you actually maintain your speed. But of course, in this level, to what I recall, I maintained USF, but at the same time I combined it with like a shit ton of hopping. Simply because it just helps make your car go faster in some scenarios. Yeah, this is a really sick car. I love this futuristic design. I don't know whether it's, although like, I'm not sure exactly whether it's meant to reference like a futuristic sort of looking car in general, or whether it's actually meant to be a direct reference to the carts in Crash Nitro Kart when they're transformed into anti-grav mode. But, you know, either scenario is possible. Oh, what a bitch. I hate it when that fucking happens. on the bright side, I beat the time we expected, so it's not an issue. Of course, as you can see, I got a much better time from beating Oxide's Ghost. But yeah, apart from that, you know, I'm well on my way. Okay, I think some people just assumed I was only going to be live once, so I might have to repost just in case. It's like it's unrealistic to have just one viewer watching. Then again, I'm not sure if it's a good time for everyone, but you know, it is what it is. I'm really not gonna push it, so but yeah, whoever's watching, feel free to comment, you know? Like, it would be nice to have some interactivity in this live stream, but if not, it's still fine that you watched. Honestly, at this point, it's just nice to know that at least one person cares. Okay, let's see what's left. Coming in first, online racer. Oh yeah, those. I mean, those quick challenges you just earn automatically, pretty much. Just by going for the daily challenges. One per collector. Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna go for that. Like bad driving. Yeah, I'll go for one per collector first, considering, you know, I've just played deep sea driving, so I might as well jump into that as well. But yeah, you can't do that during a time trial because there are no crates in time trial mode, so that makes sense. But fuck easy. Don't want it too easy. Future Highway. That's a cool decal. Hey, welcome to the live stream, whoever just joined. I hope you people have been having fun with the Back in Time Grand Prix. I sure have. I definitely have, but at some point, like, I wouldn't say it was getting too much. But there were just some point where I felt like I just had to take like a few days off just because of the situations I was dealing with in real life. On top of that, I was like sick for like 2 weeks, so yeah, but that didn't help the situation either. That really rubbed salt in the wound. I'd say like that's adding insult to injury, but honestly, it sounds more like the other way around, adding injury to insult. Well, more like illness to insult, but you get the picture. But yeah, I ended up taking at least 5 days off playing within the Grand Prix, as in terms of actually aiming towards completing the gold tier, well, completing the Grand Prix in general, with achieving the gold tier, ultimately achieving the gold tier. Yeah, like sometimes it is hard to like, mispronounce, but it is what it is, and this hot weather really isn't helping. But I'm liking this futuristic car, but yeah, it pretty much does have the same sort of physics as the hoverboard. Well, actually, the hovercraft, I really don't know why I should call it the hoverboard there, but yeah, it pretty much has the same physics as nitrous oxide's hovercraft. Considering, it has that kind of like hovering technology instead of using actual wheels, which is pretty sick in my opinion. But yeah, like I said before, I don't know whether that's a direct reference to the cartoon Nitro Kart going into anti-grav mode, or whether it's actually supposed to be a futuristic kart design in general. But yeah, I can see like the design is totally different, but probably they might have done it in honor to Crash Nitro Kart at the same time. I'm not entirely sure like what, the concept behind it was, but whatever it was, it's working for them.
Now you're on my time.
Wait, I'm trying to remember if I actually got what I want through or not, because I got caught up in racing. Okay, I at least got coming in first. The way Army just fell down there. That was a perfect shot. Oh, back down to 1 viewer, but yeah. Oh well. You know who your real supporters are. People show true colors.
Time to win.
But yeah, like, sometimes like you do shit on purpose just to, okay, I missed that one. Just like achieve a certain goal, and that cunt took my box. What a bitch. Okay, let's actually get some Wumpa through. That is fucking annoying whenever that happens. Not just that, but, just for the concept of the challenge. I mean, you can farm like Wumpa fruit. Well, I say farm, but since it's actually helpful that the crates actually spawn faster than they do in the original. It makes a lot of sense. Like, it helps a lot. How do you miss that? These physics, even though I have gotten used to Nitro-Fueled's physics, they're still questionable. Like, I still find them questionable at times. It's like, I still wouldn't put it past, like, any bullshit. I still wouldn't put it past the physics to actually, you know, cause bullshit. To be honest, like, that's pretty much been the case within my Platinum Medicon in Prehistoric Playground, but... Okay, I got one per collector, that's cool. Okay, I need to change level at this point with a bad driver. I can just fuck myself over in a random track. But yeah, usually I do it in Crush Cove, but at the same time it doesn't always work in your favor. Okay, I'm just gonna let some people go ahead of me just so they can do some shit to the track. Cause I gotta drive into some crap on purpose. Oh, fucking dickhead took my opportunity. I hate it when that happens. See, that's what partially takes the fun out of, like, playing it. Like, these challenges, man. Although, if you do get something that's worthy of it, you can fuck yourself over, just like that. Okay, even though Uka Uka Mask is nice, like, it doesn't help this situation. Like, at least get hit by 5 obstacles and or power-ups, that's the objective. Fucking hell, like, usually they lay something by now, but they didn't even bother. Well, it's not that they didn't bother, it's just bad RNG. It's not like it's hard to catch up, you know. Like, to power slides, you actually have the ability to retain your first place. Unless you're racing online, that is. Depends who you're up against. Those moments where you, like, have to play shit on purpose, you know. It's dumb as fuck, honestly. I mean, yeah, it's one thing to get creative. And I suppose, like, they wanted people to do, like, different things, which, you know, I completely understand, but some things are still questionable. Yeah, welcome to the live stream. whoever just joined. Although those who leave, like, at the same time I can understand. Because, you know, everyone's got their own stuff going on, which is completely understandable. Back up to 3 live viewers as before, that's nice to know. Welcome to the live stream, people. Like, how's your weekend been, considering the weekend is also finishing? Wait, I'm trying to remember whether I actually got that bad driving goal or not. Wait, did I actually get it? I don't remember. I don't think I was paying attention. Well, I could only pay attention to so much, so... I don't know what the deal is. The only way to know for sure is to check the Grand Prix stats, so... Yeah, just adding a few extra Nitro points. Just making the most of a Grand Prix before it, and it's bad driving. Nah, I didn't get it. Yeah, usually I do it in Crash Cove. Sometimes it just takes 1 try, sometimes it takes just a few tries. But these challenges, they are randomly generated, so it makes sense. But yeah, I'm also speaking quite low as well because people are trying to sleep at the same time, so yeah, there's that as well. Okay, let's get this over and done with. Or at least try to anyway.
Like clockwork.
Come on, lay some shit on the track. You think they would have done it by now? Fucking hell. You know, I'm just gonna restart it for the hell of it. Okay, come on, no fucking around. Lay something on the track. Wow, really? You're gonna waste my time like that? Yeah, that was not my time. Come on, people. Okay. Oh, that's only one thing. Just need 4 more now. Still won't suffice that. Okay, lay something on the track. Thank you. Okay, that's at least 2 unless you count those power-ups. And knocked him out. If I actually laid something. Take it the guy in first place, whoever it was, actually laid some stuff, so yeah, there's something. Yeah, let it happen on purpose. Shit. You know, it's a shame that this occurs on the final lap of all laps. It's like, okay, now you're just giving him a free ticket to win in the race. See, this is the problem with this challenge. And just like that, she got a free ticket. I can already see in the map that she was gonna win the race. Like, this challenge is supposed to drive badly on purpose. Like, it's an annoyingly stupid thing to have to do just for the sake of a challenge. Okay, looks like I knocked 2 people out of that one, really. I only knocked out one. I only knocked 1 person out of that shit. But yeah, you can still pass that with a TNT on your head, so that's at least something. I mean, of course, like, bad driving, don't go apeshit. Of course, fuck them over a little. Ah, stupid prick. Okay, I'll take that TNT. Okay, turns out I've been hit 2 at the same time, but I'm not sure if that will register as that. Okay, I'm definitely taking this one. I think I must have at least taken more than 5 hits now. At the very least, or at least 5. Okay, that should confirm it. And just like that, I can piss easily win the race. And of course, Ava Media has its issues. But I apologize for those who actually want to see actual racing. Come on, Ava Media, you're fucking showing me up here, you little cunt. I apologize for this, people. I sincerely apologize. But I had to unplug and then plug the cable back in. It's the only option. Okay, now I can actually check the stats. Okay, and yes, I finally got that achievement, bad driving. Well, that's that finally over. Welcome to the live stream, newcomers, whoever just joined. I don't know if, you know, I don't know if you're the same people who dropped in and dropped out or not, but either way, it's cool that you're here. Okay, yeah, that can easily be won. Multi-hits can piss easily be won in an online match. It's just like meant for online matchmaking races anyway. On to the next one, complete Uka Cup. So yeah, that's pretty much the only daily challenge that I do separately. As for everything else, it's no big deal. It's all quick. Okay, Uka Cup it is. And this is a sick cup. It's got good tracks. As a matter of fact, like, it has 4 of my favorite tracks, so, like, no wonder I really like these tracks. No wonder, like, you know, I like the tracks that they put in, but, you know, this cup. Okay, I got this. Okay, that was not meant to happen, but fuck that. Well, it seems as though literally every time you land with this car specifically, well, almost every time you land, like, you get a boost, but you actually get like a speed boost, which is pretty cool. Unless, like, that just happens with every car, and I just started noticing it with this car specifically. And of course, every media wants to be a bitch yet again. But yeah, it'd be nice to see some people write in the comment section, see what they think about the Grand Prix. I mean, yeah, it's just meant to be a casual live stream, but still, at least some interactivity would be nice. But if not, you know, it's nice that people watched anyway. Like, I also know that there are those people who, like, you know, act like such piss takes, saying like, oh, nobody watched your live stream, so it's crap. Like, it's a sad thing to think. But yeah, apart from that, it doesn't really bother me. You know, at least I put something on the table. What do you bring to the table? It's like if my shit's crap, yours is a million times worse. I could piss easily say that. But it is what it is. Some people have their own ways of thinking. It's okay. But yeah, nice to know one viewer sticking by. I think others might join later, but I'm not sure. I mean, usually I'd have more viewers, but I don't know, maybe it's just one of those days. It's just nothing to do with how I do my live streams. Like, just so you know, for those newcomers. Because obviously, like, it's a give and take situation. It's not just like a give situation just to satisfy viewers. I mean, respect goes two ways. It's called manners. Well, okay, I nearly hit that. Okay, I wasn't that close, okay. Or I miscalculated that jump there. But yeah, those just take the piss, you know, they're just deep inside they're just sad because they have nothing better to do themselves, and they just go and waste even more of their own time chatting shit about other people's shit when they just have nothing to show for themselves. Like those, like that's not those type of people like really are, just typically in general. Like, I mean, yeah, everyone has their own story, but you know, I'm just saying, that's just typical. But you know, as long as you have something to show for yourself, you know, it is what it is. As long as you have something to show for yourself, and you know, you're actually focusing on yourself instead of,
Now you're on my time.
you know, chatting shit about others, you're fine. Like, it's so much better to focus on yourself. It really is. Therefore, like, you're actually legitimately bettering yourself. You're not, you know, you're not wasting your time and energy taking the piss out of someone else, because, like, to go on someone's content and trash them, or just, like, at least trash someone's content, like, outside of their content, if you know what I mean by that. You know, just to do something like that, it just shows that obviously people like that have nothing better to do. Like, for them to, like, use the sad card on someone who's actually, you know, bringing something to the table. Like, it's like 100% self-contradictory. Yeah, the Ava media is having its fetishes again. But yeah, see, it's why I focus on myself. Yeah, it is fun to laugh at stuff, but not like, you know, at people and like how their content does. And like, that's also when hypocrisy plays a part as well. But no, I'm just discussing this topic in general, just because I feel like discussing it. Partially. It just feels like an appropriate situation. Given the fact that, you know, this is just like a low-key live stream with not many people like joining, and at the moment no one's commented, but then again, I'm not bothered by that. I'm just focusing on bettering myself, you know? Like, just say how it is. It's like, at least, you know, you're actually, if you're focusing on yourself, you're actually, you know, proving to yourself that, like, you're better than those who chat shit about you. It is what it is. But I'm definitely having fun with Nitro-Fueled. And they did say, and also like they did say that there would be more seasons to come after the Spyro Grand Prix as well, which would be cool. But honestly, it's gonna bring more grinding to the game. I know that for a fact, especially due to the fact that, okay, like, you see, that's a persistent problem I had. You know that little rock that I just, you know, had a bit of collision with? And that little rock that I just had a bit of collision with just there. Okay, he's just being a prick once again. Like, I don't think that's something that should affect your driving, since, you know, it's still such a small rock. Like, at least have collision for you to be able to drive over it, not be pushed by it or crash into it because it's just a small stone compared to the car itself. Okay, I apologize for that once again. Yeah, maybe it's being a biatch. Yeah, perhaps I would have started this live stream earlier as well, but honestly, I didn't have time. Okay, now there's no signal. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I don't know whether the Ava Media is actually having input issues or not, but it looks like it. Yeah, it's just something I'm trying to fix. Bear with me, people. Usually this ain't meant to happen. Oh, hey, Spiral Dragon 16, welcome to the live stream. He says, "What's up, asshole?" Hey, what's up, asshole? Welcome. Yeah, I was counting on someone to join, and you figured you'd be the first to comment. Great to know you joined. Yeah, just dealing with an issue over here. Which, you know, shouldn't have happened, but it is what it is. But yeah, it's just bullshit maintenance. Yes, I know that for a fact. Okay, I've tried unplugging the HDMI cable from the capture card and back into it, but didn't actually do anything. It's annoying. Fetch, restart the power and splitter now. Like, it's outputting to my TV, but not to my capture card now, which is really weird. I don't understand this whatsoever. What the fuck is going on? You know, it's starting to look like an even media issue. Alright, now it's picking it up. Well, it was picking up just then, but now OBS just wants to have trouble with AverMedia. Seriously, these two kids need to learn to get along, because we can't have this bullshit. Like, come on, you're taking the piss. Like, actually... I shouldn't even be having this problem. Like, at least last time and the time before I wasn't having this problem, but now it wants to have a problem. There we go, about fucking time. Okay, we're back in business, back up and running. Spyro the Dragon 16, you know I love your live streams, lol. That's great to know. Like I said earlier, great to know who your real supporters are. Now I can finally finish this shit off. Cause like, honestly, that was the most spastic thing to ever happen. Like, I really think that OBS needs to, you know, have better compatibility with, you know, making use of the Rec Central program made by AverMedia. Created by AverMedia anyway.
Yes! Now you're on my time.
But anyways, have you got the Platinum Relic on Prehistoric Playground? I sure as hell have. To be honest, it's actually quite easy. Like, yeah, I play in medium, but still. It's quite easy once you actually have a game plan, you know? Once you know the route and everything, well, you already know the route, you just need to know your plan. Like, whenever you get, like, which crates to smash when. Not just that, but you know, obviously you gotta make use of, like, everything to the best of your abilities. Just like any track, but Prehistoric Playground actually wasn't that difficult. Like, it just takes instinct, you know. It's literally not just about, like, you know, beating a track fast. Like, literally the relics in Crash Team Racing and Crash Nitro Car have just been about, well, I've been more about smashing the crates, like, on top of beating the levels as fast as you can. But like, it's been even more about the crates, considering, you know, they actually play a big part in the relic races, and time trial is a separate mode, so in a way, it partially makes sense. So like, they're just two types of, like, time trial races. But yeah, I still love the look of Electron Avenue. It's so cool the way they remastered it. But yeah, after this, I'm just gonna go straight to online races, since there's nothing left anymore in terms of challenges. This is literally the last of them. And no, I'm not quoting The Last of Us. Well, I'm not referencing, like, The Last of Us, considering Crash Bandicoot is made by Naughty Dog, and so is The Last of Us. But you know, it is what it is. And that bit of uncertainty there. I didn't know whether I was gonna hit that or not, but it is what it is. Okay, well, I just made that. Okay, there was no telling that I was gonna make that, but even I got to admit, I honestly have to admit there was no telling whether I was gonna make that or not. It is what it is.
Exciting!
I actually like the Prix 2000. It's a pretty sick looking car. And as a matter of fact, it actually really suits the atmosphere of Electron Avenue as well, considering it has such a futuristic setting. An even more futuristic setting than in the original Crash Nitro car, as it were, per se. Oh, you prick. Yeah, I hate it when it doesn't make the shortcuts sometimes. Like, that happens with, like, many shortcuts at some points. But you know, this shit's so circumstantial.
Time races on!
Okay, crash into a wall, why don't you?
Yes! Now you're on my time.
Okay, it's actually sorted. He says, yeah, I did. That's nice to know. Hey VGR645, welcome to the live stream. He says, check the pit stop. I want to know what colors of the lava rocks. Then he says, then STD16 says, hey bro, do you prefer the original music in this level or the new one? I actually like both. They're pretty cool. I love the original composition, but at the same time I like how they actually remastered the original. How they remastered the track as well. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And yeah, that's the cup race complete as well. VGR645 says I only have all but red and pink. Okay, well, I checked the pit stop one more time. I don't exactly remember, but one thing for sure is I have cleared all the carts, like within the pit stop for now, until the Spyro Grand Prix actually, you know, comes into full effect. As soon as it goes into effect, there are going to be more cards to unlock, without a doubt. Getting Spyro into Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled is actually a real deal breaker for some people. Well, actually a lot of people, especially those Spyro fans in general. That's gonna be cool, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you're right, the Grand Prix actually does end today. Like, that's why I'm pretty much doing it on... I'm pretty much live streaming it today, like, I'm just doing it in honor of the Back in Time Grand Prix in order to, you know, part ways of it. But yeah, as you can see, I've gotten rid of it and we got purple lava rocks. But yeah, to be honest, like, the online tracks are more of a bumper coin grind now. Oh yeah. And what people, this bullshit right here, Like, to be honest, I never even bothered with microtransactions. Never have, never will. And I'm definitely not gonna start now. Never in my life. Like, putting them into Crash Bandicoot is certainly no way to do that. And the fact that Activision had the audacity to lie, to say that we, you know, to say that they weren't gonna put microtransactions into Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled, and then they just, out of nowhere, just put them in as soon as they announced the Back in Time Grand Prix, whenever that was gonna start, back around the beginning of this month. But yeah, never buy into microtransactions. Like, it's a con, it's a waste. Never buy into corporations' cash cow schemes. I mean, it's enough, to be honest, it's enough of a cash cow scheme to make remasters of a franchise, let alone put fucking microtransactions into them. So like, they're already making more than enough money as it is remastering these games alone. But you know, it's just how it is. He says, God damn it, I didn't get the Aqua Lava Rock. Just how I didn't get the Twilight Red wheels. Well, to be honest, STD16, I wasn't really bothered about getting the lava rocks. I mean, either of the rocks in general. I wasn't bothered about any of the rocks in general, just the carts, because they were more, they kind of felt more of a necessity to get, per se. Well, for me personally at the very least, but because, you know, the actual, like, they're more like, you know, core unlockables per se. Well, I say core unlockables, but I'd say like they're more worth getting, because then it's just more that you can unlock and more that you can use. Because obviously you can easily unlock things like, certain decals before you actually use them on the certain cart that they're actually meant for, but not unlock the cart for. But not unlock the car beforehand. But yeah, it is what it is. I'll never spend 1 more cent than I got. I'll never spend 1 more cent from what I got. Likewise, David, likewise. STD16 says, when I get home, do you want to race? Well, it depends when you get home, because, you know, I plan to end this pretty much around the time the Grand Prix ends. Either that or around the time the daily bonus ends. Yeah, and ironically it says it ends in 2 days when actually it ends tonight. Some glitch on the leaderboard. What's interesting is that they've recently added the super engines to online races. But what's even more interesting is that they did that without even patching the game. I mean, I heard some people got patch 1.0.9, but I never got that patch. I still have patch 1.0.8, and I still got, and the game just is still updated with the super engine. It happened like a few days ago. Although what I like about this patch is that when you go into the online menu, like, it brings the pit stop and Grand Prix menus like to the online menu, so then you don't have to quit out of it just to view the pit stop and the Grand Prix stats themselves. So like, that really helps in terms of convenience. That's something good that they did in terms of a patch. A way to make the game even more user friendly. It's like things like that, it's what makes something better. STD16 says, I don't get spammed that much with time clocks and warp orbs that much anymore. Yeah, same. Like, they finally reduced that shit. At the very least. At least that stopped. Yeah, I know, David, at least. Well, it didn't necessarily stop, it still happened, but not as much anymore, which is a good thing. Like, they said something about actually tweaking, you know, the system in terms of, like, you know, the power-ups that you get. Like, they tweaked the RNG in order to, like, make the warp orbs and, you know, the time clocks show up even less. Which, you know, was actually a step in the right direction, because that was not working for a lot of people. It was definitely a step in the right direction. Because, let's just face it, the fucking clocks, even just the clocks alone, like, they just fucking kill the flow. Like, no matter what track you raced on, like, legit. It's gotten to the point where the warp orbs and the clocks have just outstayed their welcome, but arguably, like, one is more effective than the other, but then again, it really depends where you are. It really depends, like, where you're at in the track as well. Then, like, you can just see how much it'll fuck you over. But yeah, I'm glad that they've actually tweaked the RNG, you know. They tweaked, like, the whole power-up rotation system. It really makes it more, like, you know, user-friendly. Especially in terms of online races. And the fact that they've added super engines into the online tracks as well, that it really gives players a chance to actually, you know, properly catch up, and it certainly makes the races more interesting. Like, it makes it more interesting and, you know, far more competitive and more intense. So yeah, that's another step in the right direction. That was smart of them to actually add the super engines into the online races, at least into the online races anyway. The local races, obviously, they wouldn't need the super engines, you know, simply because they're just that piss easy. It's piss easy to win against AI in comparison to, like, it literally goes without saying that it's piss easy to, you know, win against AI in comparison to, you know, actual skilled players online. Well, I say skilled players, obviously some people are skilled players, but sometimes some obviously get really lucky in terms of good / bad RNG, depending on whose favourite it works in. Okay, I don't like it when it doesn't drift properly, but you know, shit happens. That was close. That was really fucking close. Oh, that's... Yeah, I know for sure that I'm at least not gonna make it into the top 3, but it is what it is.
This is just for another time.
I still have fear over the time clocks. I still have fear over time clocks and deep sea fucking hyperspaceway. Oh yeah, because they have big ass jumps. Well, hyperspaceway has the big ass jumps. It's just, you know, when you have that big ass jump in deep sea driving. Yeah, deep sea fucking according to you, David. But yeah, the daily bonus, that's pretty much more of a coin grind. But honestly, like, everything I've earned in Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled, like, not a single penny was spent. Like, they all came from, you know, online matches and on top of all these Grand Prix challenges that I've pretty much worked hard on beating. Worked hard on, like, you know, working towards completing them. And honestly, it's better that way. That way, you don't buy into a corporation. Like, you're actually playing the game for, like, what it's meant to be. Like, microtransactions just... it kills the point in progression. Well, it doesn't kill the point in progression. It just, like... I don't know, it sort of, like, kills the fun in some way in terms of progression, because you see, like... because now they've added microtransactions, like, when you look at people, it would be like... before microtransactions, you'd be like, oh, that person worked really hard in order to, you know, get a car like that. And, like, you know, those skins and everything. But now, since they added microtransactions, it's easy to look at someone, like, both ways, based on their stats. Now, whenever, like, you look at a car, like, typically someone would be like, oh, either he worked hard or he just paid a shit ton of money just to actually get those skins, which isn't worth it. But it's a good thing microtransactions are optional, at the very least. I'm grateful for that. And with that being the case, they better keep it that way. Wait, players, man, sometimes the lobbies can be a real bitch. You know, I'll just back out and jump back in. Sometimes that fixes the problem. Yeah, servers can be really shite sometimes. To be honest, I'm not sure if I'll play as many matches, but I might just play it at least until, well, at this rate I'll barely be playing any. Fucking hell, the servers are cunts today. Like, on the final day of a Grand Prix. Like, this is taking the piss. Oh, now it's preparing a lobby. There we go. Alright, let's... About fucking time. Some of it's the same people. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, it's just so much better to actually earn like for Wumpa coins. There's no point in purchasing Wumpa coins. It's just money that you're flushing down the toilet. It's like, it's literally spending money on nothing. That's all it is. Like, progression isn't something you should spend money on. It's something you should work hard at. That's the whole point of progression. Otherwise, if you're spending money on it, you're not really progressing. You're just taking a shortcut. You're literally just taking a shortcut, and it won't even feel like, you know, an actual victory as much as actually properly earning them. Because if you're earning them properly, then it feels more rewarding, you know? Just like taking shortcuts, it's only gonna feel like, it won't even feel like as much of a victory. Like, it'll just be like a very hollow shortcut, per se. You know what I mean? It's like you have what you wanted to get, but like without the sense of achievement. Like, it's ridiculous. But you know, it is what it is. I'm glad that it's optional, therefore, you know, I don't have to spend a penny on that shit. Which is a great thing. Honestly, like, in terms of spending money on the game, I just draw the line when it comes to collectibles. But like, that's the only understandable reason to spend, you know, additional money on the franchise. Because like, at least you have like something else out of it, you know, something else that actually counts for something. And yeah, I don't know how I fucked that shortcut up earlier. But yeah, it makes sense when you think about it. But, you know, collectibles, obviously, that's different because it actually counts for something worthwhile. Like, even if you're buying, like, you know, different versions of the same game, you know, it's not like you're buying into a corporation by, like, you know, just literally emptying your bank account to fucking microtransactions. That's just not the way to go. So yeah, I'm honestly glad to have, you know, actually, you know, put my time and effort into actually earning these coins and unlocking these new skins, cards, and whatnot. But yeah, those of you who are there, have you been enjoying the Back in Time Grand Prix? Now that I actually have 2 people commenting in the chat. Like, I knew it was only a matter of time. I knew it. It's like those who just laugh at someone's expense, like out of spite, are the ones who are the real sad people in the situation. It's like, legit, get a fucking life. I mean, of course, laughing at someone's expense just for banter, that's different, as long as you're not doing it to be a dickhead out of spite. Then that's all good, you know? Okay, well, that sounds good. Yeah, no one's commented ever since, but hey, it's cool, you know, it's a chill stream. I'm fine with that. On this occasion, I'm fine with it. Like, especially considering how life has been. I mean, it's nice to know that there are actual supportive people who are in your corner no matter what. Other than just, you know, spiteful cunts. It's like people who do shit out of spite, it's just fucking retardation. Like, it shows they have nothing better to do, they've got nothing to bring to the table. And their agenda is to just do one thing. Like, fuck with someone's head when, really? They're only fucking themselves over in that scenario. But anyways, back to the game. I'm still having fun with this regardless of what's going on. Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled as a remaster is awesome. And yeah, I know it wasn't necessary to have it considering we only needed the trilogy remastered. Nitro-Fueled is a nice bonus. I love Nitro-Fueled for what it is, and the fact that it even exists. Honestly, like, it's still, like, you know, mind-blowing to even, you know, acknowledge the fact that acknowledge the fact that Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy exists, let alone Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled. Because Crash Bandicoot has been gone for so long, and he finally made a comeback 6 years later. Okay, let's do this shit. Well, okay, he was eager to overtake. You can see that shit in his movement. Oh, someone's already left. Okay, that was a much smoother turn. Okay, well, that was really close. But someone overtook, which was, you know, the downside to that, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, I don't like it when the jump fucks up, but... Okay, I swear I hopped way more than enough times in order to get that off my head, but... What the fuck ever. It's like, I swear I hopped way more than enough times to get that piece of shit TNT crate off my head, but... Of course I had to cop the worst of that. Like, I think there's a delay in... Sometimes, I don't know. Either there's a delay on the amount of times that you can actually, you know, hop, or a delay in the process in general, or maybe in Nitro-Fueled for whatever reason. Like, the amount of times you have to hop in order to get the TNT crate off your head is actually varying. If that's the case, then in all honesty, it wouldn't surprise me. Because there are just some times where I just feel like, okay, I've hopped way more than enough times in order to get that pile of shit off my head, so why the fuck didn't it get off my head, like, after all of those fucking hops, you know? Like, it's what fucking pisses me off about that, but at the same time, I can understand that it's probably a fault in the game for whatever reason. Or either that, or, you know, it's possible that I also could have miscalculated the amount of times that I jumped, but anything's possible. Well, okay, I legit thought I was gonna fall off at some point, but at least I made it. Whoa, what the fuck? I swear that should have been neck and neck. Unless someone was lapped. Yeah, that's probably someone I already lapped, so honestly I wouldn't put it past some of the players to be much slower. And I did clock he was going at a much slower speed, so I honestly wouldn't put it past him if he was still in the previous lap. But you know, it is what it is. And Sergeant Tiny was jokes. And that actually suits his username as well. For Chief 220. With Tiny dressed up as a fucking sergeant. Papu's Pyramid. That's a good track. But yeah, the Prix Lot 2000 was unlockable by for a weird science pack with Crash's new outfit as well. His scientist outfit. It's based on Doc Brown. Yeah, as I was saying, I like how Nitro-Fueled is remastered, even though we didn't need it, we just needed the original trilogy, just in terms of remasters in general. It's nice that we also got Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled. It was honestly a really nice bonus. But to be honest, to make the PS1 era not feel empty in terms of remasters, I reckon it wouldn't be too much to ask for in order to get a Crash Bash remaster, and honestly, I wouldn't put it past Activision to make a Crash Bash remaster, despite what was said in the call. Even though a lot of people took that out of context, I still wouldn't put it past Activision, because both Crash and Spyro have effectively become Activision's cash cow, since they made them part of, the flagship characters. Effectively, Crash is officially now another one of Activision's cash cows. I wouldn't put it past them to make a Crash Bash remaster. I mean, I definitely see it, being a success in terms of modern standards, because past standards, they don't mean shit anymore. Who cares how it did back then? The point of a AAA remaster isn't just to, isn't just to take what was already good and make it better. It's to take both what was already good and, what wasn't as good per se back then. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that about Crash Bash. A better way to word it would be something that didn't do as commercially well back in the day, to actually make it more successful as a recreation, for a modern audience. That's the point of a remaster, to take what was already a commercial success, back on its original take and make it better, and also take what was only partially a commercial success, or not a commercial success at all, if we're gonna go that far, and actually turn it into a commercial success on the second time now. It's still possible.
Just for another time.
It could still happen. I mean, yeah, people have their opinions, but honestly, still wouldn't put it past them to make a Crash Bash remaster. And it makes sense to just finish off the PS1 trilogy. I mean, the PS1 era for Crash Bandicoot entirely. Because right now, even though it's nice that we have Nitro-Fueled, even though it's nice that we actually have Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled, in all honesty, if it's just gonna be left as just those 4 games remastered and just leave one game out of the PS1 era, Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled is just gonna be sticking out like a sore thumb in the AAA remastered era for Crash Bandicoot. Whereas Spyro, the PS1 era for Spyro is already automatically finished, because all it had was the original trilogy in the PS1 era, and anything after that was on the PS2 and onwards for Spyro. So yeah, honestly, especially since Spyro's already finished, in terms of AAA remasters of PS1 games within the PS1 era, it makes sense to finish that off for Crash Bandicoot with Crash Bash. Therefore, you can actually properly part ways with it. Honestly, that's the best place to draw the line. And then make new games from that point forward. And even though Activision did emphasize that they are looking at, making remasters or as they worded it, remakes of other classic IPs, like, even though they emphasize the word other, that still doesn't specifically mean that Crash and Spyro won't get any more remasters, although it's more likely for Crash to get remasters considering to get at least one more remaster and not Spyro, because there's one more game that's like, you know, logically, that's actually, you know, logically suitable for getting remastered, for actually, you know, getting a remaster somewhere in the near future at the very least. And that's Crash Bash. Because Spyro, as I said before, there's nothing left for Spyro in the PS1 era to remaster. That's already finished of the trilogy alone. And if Crash Team Racing and Crash Bash didn't exist, then Crash Bandicoot would have also already been done with Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy alone. You know, it's actually funny because like, back when they were making the originals, like, they were meant to actually finish making Crash Bandicoot games after Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped, because Universal Interactive Studios had nothing to do with Crash Team Racing whatsoever. It had nothing to do with the original CTR. They were meant to kill off Crash Bandicoot back then, but since, you know, Sony, like, went out all by themselves, like, that time round, for publishing CTR instead of, you know, Universal. Like, instead of, you know, Universal, instead of, like, you know, working in cooperation, like, working in association with Universal Interactive Studios back then, Sony published, like, the next, like, the 4th installment of Crash Bandicoot themselves, while Naughty Dog was still developing, still carried on to be the developers, like, for CTR. It's funny because they were meant to kill Crash Bandicoot off then, but then it turned out to be the exact opposite. And then Universal actually came back in order to, you know, work alongside Sony once more, in order to, you know, publish Crash Bash, and while Naughty Dog worked on some of Crash Bash, like, most of the team left, and from that moment on, like, it soon went from Naughty Dog as an entire company to, like, to Mark Cerny himself just carrying the project, like, under his own company, Cerny Games, in association with Eurocom Entertainment Software, but Eurocom ended up being the main developers, since obviously Mark Cerny started working under his own company afterwards. Yeah, it makes sense. It's funny how Universal were, like, planning to kill off Crash at that point, but then came back and helped Sony out again anyway with Crash Bash. And then, like, other developers, like other third-party developers apart from Naughty Dog, actually went on to make more games, you know. And Universal just kept on, you know, they just kept moving on. They just kept publishing the games afterwards, until they passed it on to Sierra. Hey STD16, welcome back, he says I have returned. That's nice to know. But yeah, it is interesting. I think I'll switch to Scientist Crash just for the fun of it. making me like Doc Brown from Back to the Future. But yeah, it wasn't just Universal. Naughty Dog were actually planning to kill off Crash Bandicoot after Crash 3, but then like they still went on and made CTR anyway without Universal Studios. Without like Universal Studios publishing it. And only having like Sony publish it themselves without a hand in from Universal Interactive Studios. But now it's like... But you know, since... what you call it? But I think Nitro Kart is the last game to actually be published by Universal Interactive Studios. Well, either that or it was Crash Bandicoot Fusion. Because I know that Crash Bandicoot Fusion came after. Yeah, I think Crash Bandicoot Fusion was actually published by Universal Interactive Studios. But of course by then they were known as Universal Vivendi. But you know, it is what it is. Okay, come on, you can make this shit. Okay, I was almost... Okay, that missile hit me even though I didn't take any damage to it whatsoever. That's interesting. So yeah, in other ways, to get more to a point, yeah, it would make sense for Crash Bash to get remastered, and it's more likely for Crash to get like at least one more remaster than for Spyro to even get like another remaster in general, considering Crash Bandicoot actually has at least one more game that is like logically suitable to be remastered within this sort of time frame. Because then that way, if Crash Bash gets remastered, the PS1 era is complete for Crash Bandicoot, whereas Spyro, the PS1 era is already complete with Spyro Reignited Trilogy all by itself. Okay, I'm having a shit time trying to get over that. I know you can make it over as Crash. I fucking knew it. It's just the stats are different, that's why. It's just a case of getting used to the stats as well. That's probably another case, but yeah. I reckon it would still make sense for Crash Bash to get remastered. And to be honest, I remember, even though there were people against the idea of CTR being remastered, there are also a lot of people in favor of CTR getting remastered as well. Which, you know, also actually what people actually, you know, pushed Activision like in the direction of actually making Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled. Like that's what kind of prompted them to make it at the same time, because people were asking Vicarious Visions about getting games like CTR remastered like after Insane Trilogy, and they were saying we'll see how Insane Trilogy does first and then we'll see how we can move forward, or whether we can continue the franchise more. And so they did with Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled, which was a smart move. I say it's a smart move because Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled, or Crash Team Racing Remaster, was in high demand, which is actually what pushed, you know, Activision in the right direction in order to make CTR and F actually happen. And honestly, I wouldn't put it past them if it's the same case, if it was the same case for Crash Bash, because like, even though it's the same. It's still the same scenario with Crash Bash as it was for CTR back then. Like, I see a lot of people like hating the idea of it even happening, but at the same time, I still see a lot of people who are in favour of it as well. It's just that a lot of people on social media have been cock-blocking those, expressing their opinions of Crash Bash getting remastered, just because they were in favour of it. And honestly, like, you know, it's no surprise that you don't see as much. Why? Because people have been cock-blocking it. That they've been removing posts from groups and all that shit. Which, honestly, it's pointless. So yeah, as a matter of fact, there are a lot of people who are in favour of Crash Bash getting a AAA remaster, as well as people who are actually against the idea, just like people were with Crash Team Racing getting a remaster. As a matter of fact, there are 2 petitions for a Crash Bash remaster, and one of them actually has over 3,000 supporters, believe it or not. Like, already over 3,000 supporters is still a lot of people. As a matter of fact, it's actually at 3,000. It's actually at 3,200 people, to be precise, as of this point, and counting. Like, I see at least, like, roughly, like, at least, like, I'm gonna give a rough estimate, but I at least see, like, roughly 5 to 10 people, like 10 new people, actually signing, like, you know, the bigger petition for Crash Bash that already has, like, the Crash Bash getting a remaster that already has over 3,000 supporters. So honestly, with a petition that already has that amount of supporters, that's still quite a strong case, and I honestly wouldn't put it past that petition to actually, you know, to actually, you know, give Activision, like, you know, the push, like the positive influence, in order to take the next step in the right direction to get Crash Bash AAA remastered from the ground up. Okay, he didn't want to jump. Okay, that was weird. But I get Clash stats on better, but yeah. Aren't as good as in trophies in terms of speed, but he just has better turning. Although ironically, like, the turning is slightly better with Entropy, is just more sensitive with Crash because they just add more sensitivity to the turning. But yeah, Crash Bash getting a remaster, it's still a possibility regardless of what was said at that call. That doesn't prove anything. If anything, people were just taken out of context, and it's also, like, it's basic common sense to know that there's more than one way, like, there's more than one meaning, and there's there's more than one scenario to what someone can actually mean by what they say, especially if they emphasize, like, a certain word in particular. Like, for all you know, they could have meant, like, if they were, like, you know, they said, Crash said that they are looking to remaster, they are looking into making remakes of other classic franchises, other classic IPs. For all you know, that could mean in addition. to Crash Bandicoot and Spyro remasters for, you know. And I honestly wouldn't put it past them if that was the case. And honestly, those people who are actually see it that way are actually, you know, the more open-minded people, instead of just trying to see it all black and white for their biased opinion. Nice. Yeah, and the irony is that even though those are actually open-minded, apparently, like, they get flamed for those. They get flamed by those who see them in black and white. Well, not exactly flamed, but they just get, you know, shit talked about, quote-unquote, not handling the truth or being unable to handle the truth. Or just because you see a positive side to something doesn't mean you can't handle the truth. There's still more than one possibility. That's why it's called a possibility. And through, you know, the way you interpreted it, it's like, through, you know, you could just be starting a fake rumor that, quite frankly, no one else is buying into apart from you and other like-minded people. Well, that's about it. So yeah, if a petition with like already over 3,200 people and counting doesn't suffice the fact that, you know, if that doesn't suffice the fact that, you know, it could increase the possibility of Crash Bash AAA remaster actually happening, I don't know what does. As if there's so much positivity about, if there was so much positivity about CTR getting a remaster as well as Backlash before it was even made a reality, then the same can also happen for Crash Bash. I wouldn't rule it out, I wouldn't put it past them. Prehistoric Playground. The track. The iconic track for the Back in Time Grand Prix. God, I hate it in my eyes, it's such a bitch. Okay, that unintentionally rhymed, but what the fuck ever. Okay. I was gonna say that was wise of me not to take that shortcut, but not exactly what I had in mind. Let's just say I didn't execute that as planned, per se. But yeah, it's just as likely as CTR getting a remaster, no matter what past statistics say. They don't mean shit because anything can happen. Also, even from the conference call that Activision had like not too long ago, easily Crash Bash could still get a AAA remaster. Like based on all the positivity that it has. Like going towards it. I was warped need to fuck off. Yeah, before the warped and the fucking clocks, like they really fucked this level up at some point. Well, they fucked up the way like you actually progress through it. But those power-ups are still a bitch. Yeah, in other words, like, it's not only to do with, like, keeping an open mind or paying more attention. Like, it's common sense to know that, like, when someone says something, obviously, like, there could be more than one meaning. You can't just look at it black and white. It's common sense, and it's also basic English, so, like, in other words, those of you who are only, like, taught to see things in black and white, or those of you who only see things in black and white don't even know how to fucking, like, you know, see the possibilities of what, you know, it could mean, instead of just seeing it black and white just because they want to see it. Then obviously either they're refusing to see it because, like, you know, they're just set in their ways, or they just need to retake English in general, because, like, that's just, not only is it common sense, it's literally basic English. So yeah, it shows what kind of mindset some people have. The way, like, Professor Crash looks pissed. So jokes. Yeah, I think the Grand Prix ended, and I'm not sure if I actually saw the message or not at some point, but I don't know, I'm trying to remember. Oh, hey Chris, welcome to the live stream. Hey Chris, Chrissy42 says, see, says, she's censoring herself, and she says, true mate, I know, right? So, and Chris says, it's like the time Alex accused me of being a paedophile when he knew full well I babysit my niece and nephews, just because he's ignorant as fuck and follows a book with no evidence behind it. Well, yeah, I remember that shit. Yeah, you teach heavy differences, presumably. But yeah, I remember what he described it as. He's like, you're perverting the eyes of young children. At least that's what I, like, at least that's what it would have sounded like just by reading his words, because, like, you know what the guy sounds like. I have no disrespect to him, obviously everyone has opinions, views, beliefs, whatever you like to call it, but it is what it is. And yeah, beliefs come into it as well. But yeah, nice to see you join, Chris. Oh, you're smashing other people. Ah, I see how it is, Chris. Oh, you and Crashing Snake had differences now too. It's sad to hear. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I mean, but yeah. It says, and people like Crashing Snake who are ignorant to me and stop supporting me because they're selfish as fuck. Sorry I'm using your platform to talk shit on others, but it's the truth. Yeah, everyone has their own perspectives of the truth, but, you know, it is what it is. Oh, hey, like, welcome to the live stream as well, Cubed. I'm sorry for not, like, reading your comments. But, you know, as you can see, I'm playing live now, but... Ah, bitch. These TNT crates can fuck off. You dropped in to say hi. Oh, cheers for dropping in, you know? It's nice to see, like... It's nice to see you come in and say hi, you know, at least, like, you show yourself, unlike some people who are just, you know, lurking around for the sake of it. And yeah, Chris, I know what that's like, you know, some people are just selfish as fuck, like, loyalty's a two-way street. loyalty without a doubt is a two-way street, and like it's not to be taken for granted. So like obviously like if you support someone like unconditionally, of course you're gonna expect the same back. It's mutual respect and it's basic loyalty. It's literally a basic loyalty gesture. But yeah, although I don't know whether to compare like Crash Rumors to, well, I don't know whether to compare like Activision Rumors to your situation with Alex though, Chris, but you know, in a way you're somewhere along those lines. You're somewhere along the correct lines, like per se. Oh, I was right, that was Keyblade who said that. Keyblade CXX says, hey cool pro, just stop by to say hi. Just stop by to say hi. What's wrong with me? It says, just stop by to say hi. Have a fun stream. Oh, cheers for joining, I really support it. Chris says, fucking cunt ears. And Chris says, it's funny how you never have fallouts. But yeah, I fall out with so many other people. Perhaps it's because you have an open mind. Well, trust me, Chris, I'm very open-minded. That then, I really don't like losing friends. Just like, whenever I make friends with someone, I try my best to make it work. I'm not saying you don't try your best. Obviously, everyone has different ways of handling things, and everyone has like, you know, their own line. Everyone has their own place where they draw the line. Maybe I just have like, I don't know, a really far place to draw the line. I'm not sure exactly how to describe it, but you know, I'm just that type of person who just, you know, likes to keep on positive terms just because it's convenient, and it's better to be on positive terms with people because there's no point in having, like, you know, arguments over silly little things. And sometimes if people are just being unreasonable, like, in the end I just end up ignoring them completely. Yeah, I won't cut them out of my life, exactly, but just, you know, ignore them until, you know, they've calmed down, per se. Cause like, I don't hold grudges. Life is too short for grudges. Like, it's really not healthy to hold a grudge either. But, you know, like I said, everyone has a way of, you know, processing their feelings, as it were. Everyone has a way of processing their feelings, processing grief, however you like to put it. Of course, some people can be real spiteful cunts to me at some point as well. And at some point, at least at some point, like, I at least try and meet halfway with people. But obviously, you know, once I've tried and like they're still being unreasonable. My throat is being a cunt again. Okay, well then if I've tried it, but then like, you know, if I've actually, you know, tried, like, to the best of my ability, and for whatever reason they're still being unreasonable and can't be bothered to meet halfway, then honestly there's no point anymore, because then that shows, like, you know, I gave you a chance to be like civil, you know, I gave you a chance to actually, you know, move on, put everything behind us, and resolve our differences. I gave you a chance to do that, but like, if you're gonna be, like, if you're still gonna continue to be a spiteful prick towards me, and like, not even bother to resolve our differences by just flat out rejecting the fact that I wanna, you know, be honest with you in the most constructive way possible, which is actually the most mature thing to do, like, on my end, for being, you know, like, constructive and honest. And obviously, you know, that is like, honestly, the best place to draw the line. When someone is still being unreasonable with you, regardless of a chance where you're actually offering to compromise. Like, regardless of the fact that you're actually offering to compromise and someone's just continuing to be a prick anyway. Like, it just shows that they're not bothered and they're just a waste of space. Like, you know, there's a time and a place for everything, but obviously everyone's different. But yeah, Chris, I've lost count of the amount of people you've had fallouts with. Just so fucking intense. Like, especially over the past few years that I've known you, you know. You probably had like, I think like you've had like even more fallouts than like the amount of years that I've known you. I think like that pretty much like sums up like that you definitely had a lot of fallouts in your life, like in your life in general. Yeah, like I said, everyone's different. Everyone's a different way of dealing with their situations. And like, honestly, I try my hardest to deal with them like calmly and rationally. But if people are gonna be spiteful cunts and take an irrational approach, then it's not worth my time. I can cut people out of my life that easily. Since I'm actually a really nice person, like, if I cut you out of your life, then, you know, that's it, because at least I gave you a chance. Chris, as I said, mate, I can go from being loyal to completely unloyal, just like that, if someone gets on my bad side. If someone gets on your bad side, and they're doing it on purpose, even though you mentioned, even though you specifically said not to, then yeah. Obviously that's a place to draw the line as well. Chris says, I can't think rationally when I get emotional, that is my issue. But then again, a lot of people do make rash decisions when they're pissed, so honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. Chris also said, it's like on my birthday I got drunk and removed and unfollowed almost everyone. Well, I just got sick of it all. Funny story. Cool story, bro. But yeah, it's true. Like, loyalty and manners is where I draw the line, honestly. Like someone like me, someone who's actually, you know, nice and like contains, well, not necessarily contains his feelings, but like does his best to handle them professionally. Well, not just professionally, but just rationally in general. You know, like, it's the type of friend that, like, it's the type of friend that, you know, you can't afford to lose. Like, a friend like me is like the type of person who you can't afford to lose as a friend. Because, like, at least, like, I'm someone who would actually, you know, like, keep my word. At least, like, I'm a man of my word. I don't make promises I can't keep. And I certainly don't chat shit about people's backs. I certainly don't chat shit about people behind their backs. If I have something to say, I say it to them. Because I'm certainly not a pussy either. It's like, I either say it to them or I don't say anything about them at all. That's how loyal I am. Although, like, the only occasion where, like, I would even say something about someone is when, like, only if someone else brings it up. I wouldn't be the one to bring it up because I'm not one to start anything. But at the same time, I'm not one to add fuel to the fire either, so I don't know. It depends on what it is, but like, if I'm speaking in confidence, maybe, but I wouldn't, like, go behind someone's back and just, like, you know, completely trash them. It's easy to, like, stab someone in the back, but it's best not to do it. It's best just to be honest. It's not just honesty, it's loyalty as well. Okay, even media had a fetish of cutting off like a cunt. Yeah, I keep an open book. It's common sense. I don't know what even media's deal is. There we go, fixed that. Yeah, Chris says, I find it funny that Abdul was saying I was talking shit behind his back when anything I said about him was public. If I was behind his back, I'd make sure to hide what I've said, but I kept an open book because I'd say it to his face. Yeah, just like that, I'd say whatever I have to say, like, to their faces. You know, it's just how it is. But yeah, I get you and Abdul had your differences in the past, but I swear you two have made up. I mean, you said you would. Spar of the Dragon 16 says GG. Cheers. But yeah, that's true, you know. Just in general, it's true that, you know, I keep an open book. It's just better that way. It's just better to be honest with people, therefore you don't just, you know, you don't have to feel like you have to keep on having your guard up all the time. It's just better to be honest. But yeah, I'm sure you guys have sorted out your differences. I know you and Soshi have made up. Because like, I remember you going into his live stream. And like making up with him like earlier this year, which is good. So yeah. It's best not to fixate on the bad things and actually, you know, if you're past that, then obviously like you have no reason to complain about that anymore. I mean, yeah, I know it sometimes it would feel like it still hurts. Like, trust me, I know that situation, but at the same time, like, what counts more is like what happened after. Like, if you resolved that issue afterwards, like, you know, it doesn't matter as much. Oh fuck. The shortcut is a bit of a bitch when you play as characters like Crash. Although I have made it over as Crash before multiple times. Oh, the boost engine. The super engine is awesome. I'll copy mask, where have you been all this time? Fucking hell, how are you failing to make that jump? It's fucking retarded. Chris says I stopped bothering, but I did try, despite him being on the wrong. Well, like I said, like whoever was in the right or wrong is irrelevant as long as you resolved your differences. That's all that matters. Chris says, as I said, I did my part and they don't care, so it's on them now. Well, they did. Well, they did say they had their conditions and you did meet them, so it's fair to say you met halfway. Chris says I only did that for you though. Well, yeah. Well, you'd probably say that, but you know, at the same time, it does feel good to make up with them. It is better to like make up with people instead of just, you know, leave them in the pit per se. No, I think I'll go back to being entropy. Chris says you got to have some enemies in the world to appreciate the good ones. In a way you do, but at the same time, like, you really don't want to make enemies of people. It's still better not to make enemies of anyone still, because like, you can still appreciate the good people without having enemies. Really? All players left? Why? Do they fucking hate this track or some shit? The server fucked up. That's retarded. Wait, I'm gonna check to see if the Grand Prix is over or not. Okay, ironically it says 1 day, but we'll see what it says. Apparently, okay, it's still half an hour, yeah. Well, less than half an hour now. I don't know if that's a glitch or not. Wow, I have over 7,000 coins. I have literally 7,000 coins now. 7,000 Wampa coins, and not one of them was bought with a microtransaction, because fuck microtransactions. MTX can suck a dick. Everyone is, then again, everyone's different, but it is what it is. Spyro Dragon 16 says, can I join, bro? Yeah, sure you can. I'm down with that. It'd be cool to race you again. More online matches. Chris says, don't know, fam. I think trying to build connections can obviously be good and all, but some people I just can't stand, and I don't wish good things to happen in their life. Well, there's no reason to wish for anything bad to happen in someone else's life. I'll just say whatever bad. I'll just say whatever bad thing happens in someone else's life just happens all by itself. Just like let nature run its course, you know. Let time run its course. And that'll be the end of that. Like, for better and for worse. Spyro Dragon 16 says, okay, why did my game crash? Lol. No pun intended. Yeah, I know, right? But they literally put Apex in their name. STG16 is like, ooh, someone in this lobby plays Apex. Well, speaking of which, Apex Predator 171 has officially left the game. Oh fuck, I was meant to say a shortcut, but I didn't. I don't know why, but... Well, maybe I was just caught up in commentary. Just didn't really have my full focus on. Fuck off, you prick. That's payback, bitch. I can't believe I missed that clue. How the fuck did she get over without any fucking... He or she, or whoever the fuck it is, got over without USF? That's retarded. Oh wait, yeah, I know exactly how. Super engine. Of course. You had to be one of those lucky cunts, didn't you? You just got it at the right place at the right time. Probably just one of those people who get everything at the right place at the right time, but hey, what do I know? She made that shit. And just like that, I overtook it for the second time in a row, and the cunt happened to have a power up at the right place at the right time.
This is just for another time.
Oh well. Either way, well played. Chris says, I'm going to bed, mate. I'm going to bed, mate. Well tired, to be fair. Night night. Alright, good night, Chris. Perhaps see you in future live streams. Like, cheers for taking your time to join. I really appreciate it. Nitro-Fueled. Well, I mean, the Back in Time Grand Prix is gonna end soon, so yeah, I'll just stop streaming when it ends. I mean, it is quite ass backwards if I have to wait this long. But you know, the point of the stream is to actually part ways with the Grand Prix, so yeah. Chris says, when will that be your next live stream, fan? When will that be your next stream, fan? Yeah, cool. Oh, man's, as you call it. Shit. Sorry about that, people. Well, speaking of which, in future live streams, like, I might actually be doing some Overwatch live streams on the PC, considering I now have Overwatch, the Collector's Edition. I now have the Overwatch Collector's Edition for the PC, and I've been meaning to get Overwatch on the PC for a long time, but I wanted to get the Collector's Edition. Now that I finally have it, you know, I can finally play it. So yeah, like, I won't just be doing live streams of Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled, I'll also be doing live streams of Overwatch as well. At least that's what I plan to do anyway, and they pretty much will have like a casual vibe just like this. So yeah, there'll be some more chill live streams to expect. Well, I might have some guest commentators in as well, just for the fun of it, but you know, since I feel like doing casual live streams at this point, it's fair to say that it's worth it. It's fair to say that, like, since I'm commentating solo for now, it's fair to say it's worth it for interacting with my viewers uninterrupted per se. even though I do prefer having guest commentators sometimes, because it just helps keep the commentary lively. Spire of the Dragon 16 says, okay, my game is working now. Cool, so you can finally join. Meanwhile, this Grand Prix needs to hurry the fuck up and finish off. But yeah, it is what it is. A rip lobby indeed. Taking fucking 10 years to register. Says unjoinable, for whatever reason, or I don't know, maybe back out, back in again. Yeah, it does that sometimes with some people. What is though? What the fuck? This shit just cut off for no reason. That was such a dick move. Come on, even media. I had to turn around and look at my TV just for that shit. Like, come the fuck on. The super engine helped a bit, but not entirely. Oh, this is just one of those tracks. Oh, fucking dickhead. Okay, come on. Oh, that was retarded. Like, what the fuck was that all about? Just nothing but a mere waste of time. Nothing but a pure waste of time.
This is just for another time.
Oh, that was retarded. No one still, like, don't know what the fuck happened. Actually, I know what the fuck happened, but whatever made it worse, you know. It is what it is. Yeah, that probably makes sense. STD16 says, ooh, you have to not be in a lobby too, so other people can join. Okay, I have to back out then. Okay, I'll back out so you can join. We'll see if that gives them the option anyway. There we go. Just like that. Okay. That game was on a frame freeze for about a good number of seconds. Like 5 seconds max the game was frozen for. Like, what the fuck? Like, legit. Maybe it's something to do with servers, but I'm not entirely sure. What the f- Wow, that server fucking closed on us before we could even start the fucking match. That was fucking retarded. Yeah, the lobbies are just taking the piss now. Failed start game, all players left, lol. Right. Tell me the fuck about it. No, I'm just gonna back out and then jump back in again. Okay, rejoin. If you can. Cause can't be waiting forever. There we go. Alright, come on, don't fuck about with us. Funny how we keep on getting put in a group of like more or less the same people who like backed out earlier. Everyone's voting for Tiny Arena, so fuck it. Wow. Right. Tell me the fuck about it. On the bright side, we joined another match that's actually about to start, so... What the fuck? Oh, come on. I swear to God, some people think they can just pick and choose everything. I'm afraid life doesn't work like that. It's not like that all the time. It's just some people back out whenever they see a level they don't like. And when it's like put into effect, they just pussy out. Just one of those people who think they can just pick and choose anything. Well, that's just life. You can't pick and choose everything you want. It's honestly, it's also like working at a job. You can't pick and choose your shifts. Like, you have to work with what you're given, so like, it is what it is. Yeah, that's the problem in this world. So many people are just like to pick and choose. They're all picky and choosy motherfuckers. But yeah, it's getting really late. That's why I'm like talking in a more or less monotone kind of voice, per se. Prehistoric playground. Well, this time is entropy. About fucking time. No pun intended.
Like clockwork.
Oh, you meant to shoot that backwards, oh you cunt. Bitch, you were lucky my bomb didn't go backwards. Okay, that fucked up horribly. I know you can make it over without the power slide. I mean, power slide? I mean, you can make it over with a power slide, but I know you can make it over without the USF, like the Ultra Sacred Fire. But at the same time, you know, that shortcut is bollocks sometimes. Like, really, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with that sort of collision. It's like a poorly designed mess. And that collision right there was just trash. Absolute trash. Wow, like, bitch please, like someone put a fucking bottle up there. I can't even make it over there, I just know I can't. Physically I can, but with that amount of speed, with the speed I was going, I just couldn't. To pick up the speed. Prick. That could have gone anyway, to be honest. It could have gone either way, I literally could have went past that. I don't know. Just a matter of chance in that situation. At least that's what it felt like. I don't know if it's just me, but like, the music for Prehistoric Playground, it's like, oh, that was a sick jump, but I don't know if it's just me, but I clocked that. Well, no pun intended, but yeah, I clocked that. The music in Prehistoric Playground, in a way, is kind of like a prehistoric, like, composition of, like, Entropy's theme, but like a prehistoric remix per se. It's not an exact composition of the theme, it's just like a prehistoric remix of a slightly different melody. Cause like, you know, it goes it's like that in the original as well, but at the same time, it kind of follows a different pattern. And there are like some different parts to the track where, you know, it takes its own turn, it adds its own twist to it. So like, it makes sense. It's like how it's almost like how Sewer Speedway remixes the sewer theme from Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back, but the difference of that is that it uses the same instruments, but more, it uses some of the same instruments, like that were also used in, you know, the same, what do you call it, that were used in the sewer levels. Well, the track for the sewer levels in Crash 2, like, it used some of the same instruments, along with new ones. Again, yeah, I know, right? Tell me the fuck about it. People just wanna piss about. Honestly, I'm exhausted and I can't wait till this is over. But yeah, the Grand Prix was definitely, I can't even talk for shit right now. It was definitely fun. It's just having to grind is just ridiculous. I mean, we all have lives at some point. There's no way you're gonna, like, you know, 100% no life this game. But we still got lives outside in order to actually focus on. Like, they need to not make him finish so fucking late. Because, like, technically over here it's the 26th now. Wait, I'm gonna back out and see what's left. Really? 22 hours? Must be a glitch. I got a lot of coins, but you know, I think I'll save them. Yeah, I think they're glitching past it. You know what? I think there's a glitch, and for what it's worth, I think they might have, you know. Okay, this last one and that's it. Because honestly, like, if it was gonna end, it should have ended a long time ago. Like, this is supposed to be the final day, like, Sunday the 25th of August 2019, but unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but apparently not. I don't know, either it's a glitch or out of nowhere they suddenly decided to extend it. Cunts. They need to stop taking the piss. So, how's your day going, asshole? Well, today just started, so yeah. Nice to know, asshole. Heard a message for a reason, that's nice to know. Why is the host crashing the lobby? No, I'm not held a message for a reason. I didn't allow. Or put it in chat. Of course I'm gonna allow it because it doesn't really go against any of my beliefs. Yeah, auto mod is a cunt. Yeah, STD16 says, you know, I like it when you say cunt, lol. Oh, that's nice to know. Yeah, I know, right? Auto mod is a real bastard. It's like, I didn't ask for that. Like, shouldn't I be able to set that manually? Honestly, I think I'll just do one more match and just call it a night. It's really no point. Come on. bitch. Should give us something interesting. Electromobile. I think that'll be a good map to finish off on. Everyone's voting for it, so it might as well happen. Seriously, if they were to extend the time, they should have said something. Cheeky cunts. It's already 2:10 for fuck's sake. It's ridiculous timing. Funny how, like, Crash News posted an image showing that the Grand Prix has ended. Yet here I am, like, with the fucking shit still going. I got no notification that it's actually ended. No, that's fucked up. Unless I go back to that screen. I'm definitely gonna check back. You know what's funny? I'm actually going faster than that fucking missile that I shot at him. What the fuck? I hate the fact that he slowed down just then. Oh great, now I'm looking at my TV. It's such a prick when the AV medium cuts off there. It's the gayest shit to ever happen. It's like, for fuck's sake.
Exciting! Like clockwork.
Man, those situations. Okay, I really don't know how I didn't get much of an impact from that jump, but what the fuck ever? Wait, maybe if I go back to the main menu, register is finished. I don't know. Maybe it might register as ended. Or either that or I have a glitch. Unless it's not just me who has that. Cause I don't know what the fuck's going on. The Back in Time Grand Prix is definitely broken and it's definitely broken in some sense. It's almost like broken, seriously. So there's no point in fucking putting yourself through bullshit. It doesn't even matter, to be honest.
This is just for another time.
Another time indeed. I'm still getting fucking Nitro points. Okay, that's enough for the night. Oh wait, I know why I'm still getting the daily bonus. Wait, no though, because the weekend's over. Well, it's not over forever, but yeah. It is officially over now. I covered it. Okay, that's enough. I'm calling it a night. Let's see. Oh, now it says the Grand Prix has ended. But it still says time remaining 1 day. What the fuck? This shit's contradicting itself. You know, I might actually check back tomorrow, see if it still has a timer. If so, then I don't know, maybe I'll like stream more, like do a few more live streams of this, and then move on to other live streams in the meantime until the next Grand Prix starts. But yeah, it is what it is. Daily challenges 1. Wait, is that? Yeah, there's a glitch. You can tell. Now all of a sudden there's only 1 daily challenge. Like, are you done? And that's the one I already beat like 2 fucking days ago as well. Like, are you done? 2, 3, 4, 5 days ago, at the very least. You can tell the shit's glitched, and they never usually have just 1 daily challenge, so it's supposed to have ended, like it says over here, and pit stop items will reset in 4 days. You know, I think I'll just buy all the limited Grand Prix stuff. Or maybe not all the Grand Prix stuff, but you know. I'll buy Robot Cortex. Looks pretty cool. Dirt Bike Crunch. Maybe in the future I'll unlock these 2 at some point. I mean, these items are gonna come back and rotate anyway, so fuck it. You know, I'll unlock Electron Blue, like the paint job. Looks cool. Okay, and I think that'll be that. Alright, I think like before I end it off, I'll just show the cutscene real quick for the Back in Time Grand Prix, and that should end it off nicely.
Live from Activision, This is CTR TV. This is Stu.
And I'm Stu.
Indeed. Today we kick off our next Grand Prix, an event where unhinged lunatics will compete for trivial prizes in daring challenges.
Chick, my friend, I'm so hyped about this season's new rewards. Drivers are gonna have to step up their game if they want to stay in the race.
That's right, Stu, because we're going back in time. Would you look at this prehistorically beautiful track?
I am looking. Wow! Is that when dinosaurs were still around? I'm glad we're not down there. I mean, I bet we look extra delicious. You know what I'm saying? I know I look tasty.
Wow, Stu. Oh, this just in. I have the most precious news to share. Let's meet the racers who'll be joining our rumbling, roaring racing ranks this season.
Oh, look at those cheeks! Adorable is the selection of syllables I'm looking for, Chip. Oh, I can't take it. They're so beautiful.
Ho, ho, ho! Veteran drivers, beware. They might be cute, but they will pack a serious punch. Infant strength is no laughing matter.
That's right. Say, Chick, are there any new cuts this time around?
Of course, and we can reveal these beauties immediately. Stu? Stu? Well, that says it all. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, never try to cook an egg on your engine. You've been warned.
Okay, officially back in action. Alright, so this will be a good point to end off the live stream. The Back in Time Grand Prix has officially ended for Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled, and future Grand Prix are soon to come, although I'm not sure. I might do more live streams depending on how this, see if it works. I'm not sure because it does say one day, but I'll check back tomorrow and see. But if so, then perhaps there'll be like more days until like they actually close off the Grand Prix, because officially nothing's closed. But if it actually is closed, I think, but maybe if I actually close it overnight, then perhaps, you know, that'll be something. That'll determine that it really is the end. I mean, yeah, it's supposed to have ended right now, but it is what it is. Back in Time Grand Prix, leaderboards and leaderboard rankings and rewards coming soon. Yeah, that's because the Grand Prix, it's supposed to have ended. As it says, Back in Time Grand Prix has ended, yet it says time remaining 1 day for the Grand Prix in general, so that makes no sense whatsoever. And it says the quick challenges have ended too, so obviously this must be a glitch. So yeah, I think this will most probably be the last live stream anyway, so if so, then I hope you all enjoyed this casual live stream. It was nice parting ways with the Back in Time Grand Prix, for what it was worth. So anyways, time to end off this live stream. For those of you who are watching this on Twitch, feel free and be sure to follow to keep up to date with, to keep yourself updated with future live streams, and stay tuned to my Twitch channel, as I have some future live streams planned whenever they may happen. Well, they'll happen whenever they happen, but yeah, anyways, yeah, feel free, those of you who are watching on Twitch, feel free to follow in order to stay tuned to future live streams on my Twitch channel. And for those of you who are watching on YouTube, feel free and be sure to subscribe, like or rate, however you want to put it. Drop a comment below to leave constructive feedback if you possibly can, and or share it around with your friends and family, whoever it may be, and see you lot on whatever's up next on my channel. Until then, laters everyone, peace out.